We want to see you smile, even if it's just for a while. So grab a cup of coffee, cocoa or tea, sit right down. The clock says 3, we saved a seat for you, sure you'll agree. We just want to see you smile. Just smile. Hello, Connie. Oh, thank you, girl.
Welcome, everyone.
Welcome.
This is our second episode of the Smilin Variety
Yes,
Hour.
it is.
I'm one of your hosts, Connie Ryan, with Journey Care Coordinating. Journey like the band. Apparently, I say it weird. So
Okay. And I'm Sandy Golias with Mountain Music Therapy Services. We are so excited to be with you for our second show. I can't wait for the lineup. Can you explain a little bit about what our variety hour is to everyone?
So our variety hour, I actually took some influence and inspiration from the old 1950s variety hour shows, like was that Egg McMahon?
Yes.
And, so we'll have some guest speakers, we'll have laughs and riddles and jokes. But the goal of our show is to really provide an hour of uplifting and smiling type activities and entertainment, and to give seniors something to do for an hour, and for caregivers and families to have a little bit of respite during this time.
Absolutely.
Or everybody can just have some fun together.
Which is what our whole goal is about. Yes. I don't know if you knew this or not, Connie, but this week is the Professional Activities Director Week.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
It is. So we are celebrating those of you that are caregivers. We know how hard you work every single day. So this hour is for you as well. If you want to sit next to a resident and just have fun, dance, we're going to be doing a lot of the old songs and singing. Just have a good time. We're here for you. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. And it's okay to laugh at us. That's what we're used to.
We do it. There we go. Well, we are just really, we want to thank Pulpit Rock Church for this amazing space that they're letting us use to record our show. We're so grateful to have that. We want to thank Tim Golias with Everyday Living for running the camera and all of the sound issues. We're just, we're pumped.
We're so
rocking.
Thankful. We would not be able to do this without the help and the support and the availability of the church and Tim. So thank you.
I know. Thank you so much.
It's all about teamwork for this show.
Absolutely.
All right. What else are we working on today? Let me tell you a little bit about our special guest.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
Special guest that we will bring on in a little bit has been in the senior industry for a little bit, and she has been passionate about death for over 20 years. So we'll find out more about that. But more importantly, she is a death doula and an end-of-life coach. And she's launching a new business here in Colorado Springs, and we get her first.
Oh my goodness, we are so privileged.
This is you are not exciting.
You will not want to miss this.
Yes,
absolutely.
We also got to do our riddle.
I know.
Okay,
I'm excited about that.
All right, so if you watched our first episode, you might recall we ended on a riddle. Got to have that cliffhanger. And our riddle last week was: what is a 5-letter word typed in all caps that can be read the same side up or down?
Okay.
5 letters.
Well,
it was a hard one.
Very hard. I have to admit, I do not know. And I also have to admit, or on a good note, I did not Google it.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
I am too. Everybody just grabs their phone, don't they? It's so easy. Let me just Google that. But I didn't do it.
And we want you to think about it.
I know. Use your brain.
Yeah.
Brain.
It's all about thinking differently. So anyways, that 5-letter word is swims.
Swims?
Swims. Like a fish.
Wow. Right side up. Upside down. I never would have got that.
I know. I didn't write it. So if you
never would have got that
right, let us know in the YouTube comments below. We would love to hear more information. And if you have a riddle that you'd like for us to say on the show, go ahead and email it to Connie, CONNIE, at journeycarecoordinating.com. And we'll put that information in the YouTube info as well.
Sure will.
All right.
Well, hope y'all are ready to smile a little bit more because we are going to do a couple of songs
Okay.
at the piano to get things going.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Did we
I'm
cover
so
everything?
ready. I think we did.
Okay.
I think we're
Here we
good.
go.
Let's do
We're
it.
coming over here, and hope you're sitting next to somebody that enjoys smiling.
All
The
right.
first song we're going to do is one of my favorites, and I start every single session with this song because it makes you smile, tap your feet, get you in a good mood. And I don't know if you know, but this song called When You're Smilin' was recorded by Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Doris Day, Fats Domino, Judy Garland, Louis Armstrong, Nat King Cole, Perry Como, Ella Fitzgerald.
All the greats.
Just a few little names there. We're going to sing it. When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing, the sun comes shining through. When you're crying, you bring on the rain. Stop your sighing and be happy again. When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. The whole world smiles with you. All right, if you're sitting next to somebody, turn to them. Give them a great big smile. Show your pearly whites. All right, we're going to try this again. Now, come on. This is the rule. You have to smile. Here we go. When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing, the sun comes shining through. But when you're crying, you bring on the rain. Stop your sighing. Everybody take a big deep breath in. Let it out. And be happy again. When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. The whole world smiles with who? You. All right. Woo. All right, another one just to get us kind of going here. Every morning, every evening, ain't we got fun? Not much money, oh, but honey, ain't we got fun? The rent's unpaid, dear, and we haven't a bus. But smiles were made, dear, for people like us. In the winter, in the summer, ain't we got fun? Times are getting bummer. Ain't we got fun? There's nothing surer. The rich get rich and the poor get poorer. In the meantime, ain't we got fun? All right, we're going to do just that little portion again, and you have a job. Did you know that? You didn't know you were going to have to work. Here we go. You have to sing the Ain't We Got Fun. In the morning, in the evening. Not much money, oh, but honey. The rent's unpaid, dear, and we haven't a bus. But times were made, dear, for people like us. In the winter, in the summer. Times are bumming, getting bummer, but ain't we got fun? There's nothing surer. The rich get rich and the poor get poorer. In the meantime, in between time, ain't we got fun? Oh, yeah.
Hope you were singing along on that. How fun.
Oh, that was awesome. Made me smile.
Did it?
Yes.
Can you believe all of those people that recorded the song When You're Smiling? Popular song there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, maybe someone needs to make a recording.
True. I agree.
I wouldn't even know who to submit that to. All right. So we have reached the point of our show now for our own joke.
Nice.
Yes. Okay. So I'm so excited about this joke.
Yes.
This joke was actually emailed to us by Meredith Whitlow, a friend of yours.
Yes.
With her company's Rejoice Music Therapy. So thank you, Meredith, for watching the show, being a huge supporter, and submitting a joke. So shout out to you and thank you very much.
Thank you, Meredith. You are awesome.
We appreciate it. So, okay, here's the joke, guys. Why was there music coming from the copier?
I should know this. Why was there music coming from the copier?
Because the paper was jamming.
Hey! All right, jamming.
There we go.
Meredith, that sounds just like your sense of humor. I love it.
Perfect.
So great.
Perfect joke for this show. Yes, definitely hits the right note there.
Sure does. The right note.
The right note.
Yes. There we go.
All right.
It is time to open our whole theme for this week. We're going to enter into our Broadway show segment.
All right.
And I got to tell you, people, these Broadway songs that they wrote back in the day are hard.
Yeah.
They are not easy to sing, but nobody writes music like this anymore.
Yeah.
But we're going to do some of that today.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take you over here, and we're going to start this whole Broadway show. And I hope everybody's going to be tapping their toes.
Get on up. And
That's
dance
right,
along.
and dancing, because the very first one that we start with is Give My Regards to Broadway. Now imagine, it's a warm, sultry night in July. New York City. People are strolling around the streets, men in their top hats and their coats, women in their fancy dresses, fancy hats, and you hear, coming from the sound of the theater, give my regards to Broadway, remember me in Herald Square, tell all the gang at 42nd Street that I will soon be there, whisper of how I'm yearning to mingle with the old-time throng. Give my regards to old Broadway. Tell them I'll be there ere long. Oh, this feels just like a march. You want to march your feet? You do that. All righty? We're going to do it again. Here we go. Give my regards to Broadway. Remember me in Herald Square. Tell all the gang at 42nd Street that I will soon be there. Whisper of how I'm yearning to mingle with the old-time gang. Give my regards to old Broadway and say that I'll be there ere long. Give my regards to Broadway. And now we are going to the wonderful state of Oklahoma. Now, Oklahoma was, the first Broadway production of this was in 1943, and this was the first collaboration between Rodgers and Hammerstein. And I don't know if you knew them, but they are just like the king of writing the lyrics and music for Broadway. So this was their first collaboration, Oklahoma, and it ran for more than 2,000 performances on Broadway.
Wow.
Which I wish I would have seen that. That would have been cool. Big breath. Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain, and the waving wheat can sure smell sweet while the wind comes right behind the rain. Oklahoma, every night, my honey lamb and I sit alone and talk and watch the hawk making lazy circles in the sky. We know we belong to the land, and the land we belong to is grand. And we say, woo, yeah, yippee-o-ki-yay. We're always saying, you're doing fine, Oklahoma, Oklahoma, okay. Everybody in Oklahoma makes that okay sign. Yeah. All right, we got to get a big deep breath because we have to hold this O for a long time. Are you ready?
Ready.
Big deep breath in. And Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain, and the waving wheat can sure smell sweet when the wind comes right behind the rain. Oklahoma, every night, my honey lamb and I sit alone and talk and watch the hawk making lazy circles in the sky. We know we belong to the land, and the land we belong to is grand. And when we say, yow, yippee-o-ki-yay, we're only saying, you're doing fine, Oklahoma, Oklahoma, okay, 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 Oklahoma. Woo! Y'all deserve a round of applause for that. If you got through that Oklahoma and you held it, good for you. All right. Another song from Oklahoma. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and I think that it's reaching clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a wonderful feeling. Everything's going my way. Is everything going your way?
Yes.
Good! I am so glad. Well, it should be because we're here.
Exactly.
Helping you through your Friday. All the cattle are standing like statues. The cattle are standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me ride by. But a little brown maverick is winking his eye. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a wonderful feeling. Everything's going my way. Everything's going my way. I know you sang that well. I can just hear it in my head. I know you did. All right, T for two.
Oh, this one's fun.
It is fun. I like this one. Do you know this one was actually performed on Broadway? I think it was 1930 something, and then in 1950, the beloved Doris Day made a rendition of this in her beautiful voice like she does. I'm discontented with homes that are rented, so I have invented my own. Darling, this place is a lover's oasis where life's weary chases unknown. Far from the cry of the city, where flowers pretty caress the stream. Cozy to hide in, to live by side in. Don't let it abide in my dream. picture you upon my knee, with tea for two, with two for tea, just me for you and you for me alone. Nobody near us to see us or hear us, no friends or relations on weekend vacations. We won't make it known, dear, that we own the telephone. Dear, day will break and you'll awake and start to bake a sugar cake for me to take and all the boys to see. We will raise a family, a boy for you, a girl for me. Can't you see how happy we would be? All right, do you have both of your feet flat on the floor? We're going to try something. We're going to dance a little bit with our feet. Never thought you'd be a tap dancer, huh? Well, we're going to try it today. Are you ready? Here we go. Are you tapping? Keep going. Good job. Day will break and you'll awake and start to bake a sugar cake for me to take and all the boys to see. We will raise a family, a boy for you, a girl for me. Can't you see how happy we would be? Oh, can't you see how happy we would be? All right, now we come to one of the most beloved musicals, I believe, that's ever been made. In 1959, Julie Andrews, set in the hills of Austria, in charge of 7 unruly children.
Oh my.
Yes. Falls in love with the Baron. Just such a sweet story. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, The Sound of Music. And this song is when she went on the hillside and taught all of the children this song. Doe, a deer, a female deer, red drop of golden sun, me, a name I call myself, far, a long, long way to run. So a needle pulling thread, la, a note to follow. So tea, a drink with jam and bread, that will lead us back to dough. Little faster. Doe, a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun, me, a name I call myself, far, a long, long way to run. So a needle pulling thread, la, a note to follow. So tea, a drink with jam and bread, that will lead us back to dough. So dough. Edelweiss, every morning you greet me, small and white, clean and bright. You look happy to meet me. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow, bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever. And who can forget the other Julie Andrews musical, written in the 1960s, 1964, I believe. This one's a tongue twister. Ironically enough, she was a governess taking care of two unruly children, had a little bit of magic in her carpet bag. It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Now, if you're from London, you have to say precocious. Precocious. All right, but we can't sing it that slow. I'm going to sing the verse, and then we got to come in fast. Here we go. Diddle diddle I. Because I was afraid to speak when I was just a lad. My father gave me nose a tweak and told me I was bad. But then one day I learned a word, saved me aching nose, the biggest word you've ever heard. This is how it goes. Are you ready? Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Woo! Woo! How'd you do? That's what I always say. Can't talk after that. All right, we are going to end our Broadway segment with the story of a little red-haired girl who stole the heart of a New York millionaire, Daddy Warbucks. This song from Annie that's probably one of the most famous ones. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow till there's none. When I'm stuck with the day that's gray and lonely, I just stick out my chin and I grin and say, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may, tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're always a day away.
Great job. Oh man, that is, I have goosebumps. That song always gets me. So thank you, Sandy.
You're welcome.
I wanted to play Annie on Broadway when I was little.
You would have been such a cute Annie.
That's a different segment, but
Well, thank you, Sandy. And I'm so proud to introduce Lucy Crandall here with us today. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
well, my name's Lucy Crandall, as you heard. And so a lot of you may know me from the Blue Book. I've been publishing the Seniors Blue Book here in Colorado Springs for about 12 years now. And my passion is seniors. I love seniors, and I've really been in the industry for more than 20 years. So before the Blue Book, I actually was with a home health agency here in town for about 10 years. I did multiple roles in that agency with them, but my favorite role with them was running the Medicaid HCBS department. And basically, the HCBS department is a Medicaid funded program that puts personal care providers and homemakers into people's homes that are on Medicaid to just help support them in their activities for daily living so they can stay in their homes a little bit longer. But really, what that experience kind of showed me was one, I love seniors, but also it kind of just gave me an overview of what can happen as we age and as we progress towards our final journey. And I saw a lot of situations through my clients of folks that were in not so great situations at the end of their life. And they probably wouldn't need to be in those situations had they had the right conversations with the right people, maybe had some documentation along the way that could have, just maybe changed the course of how those ending days went for them. So, I mean, it really kind of helped me wrap my head around some things from my past that kind of were pulling on my heartstrings and kind of helped me, I don't know, realize that it's not just seniors, but it's the end of life that really is sort of my passion. So, so that was really where things went professionally, but on a more personal note, sort of what got me here was I watched my grandmother not honor my grandfather's wishes when he passed away. And I didn't really know it at the time. I was not in the senior industry or healthcare in any way at that time, but he wanted to be cremated and then buried. And she just skipped the whole cremation stage and just went straight to burial. And, none of the family even questioned her. None of them even said anything. And she did what she did. And it was just difficult to watch. So, so that was kind of like my first dabble in like end of life wishes, I guess, but I didn't know it at the time.
Right.
So I have a lot of personal experience and I tell a lot of stories because that's just how I roll. But my mom also had to make decisions for my grandma when she passed away. And nobody was there to help my mom make those decisions. All of us kids were like, your decision, Mom. But had my mom and my grandma just talked about it, my mom would have known what to do. And it would have made things just a little bit easier on everybody at that time.
Absolutely.
So, just kind of little things like that have, I don't know, I guess pulled on my heartstrings. And then when I sort of landed at the Blue Book, it allowed me the opportunity to really get to know the senior industry, get to know end of life concerns. One of the things I did at Interim, the home care agency I was with, was I sat on a committee. I had to do community outreach, and I sat on a committee way back in the day at the top of the old St. Francis Hospital with a lot of hospice workers. And we developed a toolkit that we were going to take into doctors' offices. And it was it was great. It was a beautifully produced video about sort of end of life and having that conversation and really just opening the door to have that conversation. And I mean, there were some really big names on that committee that sort of were the forerunners of hospice in Colorado Springs back in the day. That sounds like, makes me sound so old, but anyway, so we were so proud of what we had accomplished in this toolkit, and we had these great little plastic envelopes, and we took them around to doctors' offices, and they were like, thank you, but no thank you.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
If doctors aren't going to talk to you about the end of life, who's going to? And, there were a few that took us up on our offer, but surprisingly more so that didn't than did.
Strange.
But again, just one of those things that really brought home to me, like the importance of those conversations as we age. So really that's, I mean, kind of how the passion and the seniors, and like I said, through the Blue Book, I've had so much opportunity to just learn everything I can about the senior industry and sort of the issues that folks face as they have to age. And it's the one thing we're all going to do. It's one thing we all have in common. And it's the one thing none of us want to talk about.
Right. It's amazing. We all plan for birth. We have birthday parties. We have gender reveal parties.
We plan for everything in our life. We get married. We have a plan. We have a baby. We have a plan. We move. We have a plan. But
we die.
We don't have a lot of plans.
Or even just aging in general. How do you get from 45 to 55, 65 to 75 and up? That there and midlife. That's amazing. Okay. So you are what is known as a death doula. Is that correct?
It is correct. You know,
Okay.
my friends all tell me I'm not allowed to call myself a death coach, but that's really what I am, and I want to be for everybody. A lot of folks will say end of life doula, which is fine. I don't really care what you call me, just call me. um, but yeah, so, and really, the primary role is just to support folks as they die and as they plan out that final journey.
Okay, so that's what you mean by that word, death doula. Is it really is that planner who coordinates and makes sure that your end of life wishes are being followed properly?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And really, I mean, every doula is going to come to their clients with a little bit different background and a little bit different focus. Um, for the most part, like I said, we're here to support the dying journey, but we can do that through a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
The big one for me is the planning part of things.
Okay.
And doulas can help with really everything from financial planning, spiritual planning, emotional planning, conversation planning. It really just depends. And of course, everybody's dying journey is going to be a little bit different too.
Yeah.
So, again, I have a story.
Okay. That's why we love
Illustrates
you. You
my
have
point.
stories.
I was recently in at a 91st birthday party for my boyfriend's dad,
Okay.
and all of his siblings have always said, "Oh, mom and dad have all their ducks in a row. They know exactly what's going to happen," and on and on and on. So I was like, "That's amazing! Like that's so great."
Yeah.
So of course I'm going to talk to them about that while I'm sitting on their couch, and they were right for the most part. They have a will. They get that will updated every year.
Great.
They
Wow.
have an attorney that calls them every February. They get it updated. It's all good. They recently went out and bought their pre-arrangements for all of their funeral
wow.
services. They already have their plots, like they're set. They're very
organized.
devout Catholics, so they spiritually know exactly where they're going.
Okay.
And I'm like, wow, you guys really have thought of a lot of things. And I said, what about artificial nutrition?
Oh, like a feeding tube or
And they were all like,
support.
what? So the one thing that none of them have talked about or thought about was what happens when that stroke occurs, that heart attack occurs, and now the dying person is unable to make their own decisions. And do we know about artificial nutrition or antibiotic use or any of those do not resuscitate kind of things?
Yeah.
And so that's really the hardest part. You know, it's easy to plan money out. It's kind of easy to go pre-arrange a funeral, but when you really have to get down to it and talk about those kinds of things, that's where things can become a little more difficult. So we actually found a little piece of things that they weren't prepared for. And that's right up my alley to help facilitate that conversation amongst that family so that their parents can let their kids know what's going to happen and, you know, what decisions need to be made. And there's no guessing, there's no fighting between the siblings. Everybody's on the same page, hopefully.
Right.
But if mom and dad have it in writing, doesn't really matter if they're on the same page or not, because, and again, that's what a doula can do is ensure that those wishes are being honored as the time comes and folks have to pass.
So now, would your services be different than that of a hospice company, or do you work alongside with a hospice?
My hope is that we will be working alongside, and you know, there's some agencies in town that do work with doulas, and then there's some that don't. And I think a lot of that is just because us end of life doulas are not there's not a lot of us
Not
out
very
there.
common.
So,
Yeah.
but really, a doula's role can definitely help support the hospice care plan.
Okay.
Hospice deals with the medical needs of the dying, right? They do things for comfort. They make sure that, you know, you're not in pain or those kinds of things. They do have a chaplain that, you know, helps with some of the spiritual stuff, but really the doula can come in and help kind of coordinate all those things.
Okay.
And again, make sure that folks are having all the right conversations. Logistically, as with anything, it takes a lot to plan out a final journey. And so the doula can really help do that without all of the emotion and all of the stress that you're feeling when it's your loved one that's passing. So they can kind of have a little bit more of a clear view on things, make sure all, again, it's becoming my catchphrase these days, but make sure all the ducks are in a row before you go. And so the doula can come in and, you know, just kind of coordinate all of those types of things and just really make it easier for the family to focus on what they need to be focusing on, which is probably their loved one at that point.
That is so important, so needed. When would somebody want to contact you
today. And here we go with one more quick little story. And if you didn't hear about this a few years back, I don't know, 15 or 20, Terry Schiavo, does that ring a bell
Not
to you?
for me, but I'm new to the Colorado Springs area.
Well, she wasn't even in Colorado Springs, but Terry Schiavo was a gal who was pretty young, and I don't remember all the details, but Google it. But she fell unconscious at a pretty young age and ended up being in a comatose state for about 15 years. And there's a lot of nuances and things about the case that I am not an expert on or going to go into, but basically it brought to light the need for having things in writing. Her case changed some laws across the country and did some other things, but I mean, all of America and all of the world watched this whole thing play out, and it became a battle between the husband and her parents, and you know, and it was tragic, and tragic, but you know, a few good things came of it because it brought to light some issues that really needed to be talked about and discussed. And she was very young. So my point is with that, you're never too young to plan to die. And if she would have had things in writing, her parents and her husband would have never been in that situation to argue, to keep her alive for that long, and all of those things. So it's never too early.
Right.
But I will jump in. Any doula will jump in at any point along the dying process. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up here soon, but first, I really want to know, what is the name of your business and how did you come up with this?
So it's called Good Mournings, and it's a little bit of a play on words. And you know, death's not fun to talk about. Death is sort of more of a dark kind of thing, and I just wanted it to be a little bit lighter and let people know that it doesn't have to always be tragic. It doesn't have to always be stressful. And Good Mournings just, to me, kind of gives it a little bit lighter spin. And really, that's my goal, is to help make the dying process the best it can be. We talk about good deaths, and you know, that's a big challenge, but we want to get as close to that as we possibly can. So just a little play on words.
I love that. So it's good, and then Mournings,
Mournigs. Yes.
Yep. Beautiful. Okay, so what is the best way for our audience today to get a hold of you with all of their questions? Because we know we all have questions now.
So I have a website, goodmourningsco.com. You can also pick up the phone and call me, and I always say conversations are free. So 719-641-6850.
Okay, great. And we will list that information in the link with the YouTube.
And you can also call Connie, because Connie knows how to get a hold of me too.
Yeah, she's stuck with me now. You're part of this team here. So thank you so much for being a part of our show. I think Sandy had something special planned for you. So I hope you're ready for some fun.
I sure do.
Get going here.
I'm going to come in the. All right, I'm going to do this.
Yes.
So I'm going to come right in between y'all.
Okay.
Lucy, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me. This has been so much fun, and I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you.
It's just been so honored that like we should have gotten you like a button or something that said first guest on the Smilin Variety Hour.
I will frame a picture.
It's not too late.
Awesome.
It's not too late.
We'll add it to our bookshelf.
So ladies, you are such good sports. Yeah, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
So I want us to kind of travel over to the piano. We're going to do a little song for everybody. This might be the first time that anybody's heard you sing on camera. Are you a karaoke person or no?
Not well.
Okay.
I tend to do like male voices that don't have a good voice.
Oh, okay.
And Tequila is my favorite karaoke song.
Oh, my goodness.
We'll put that in the bloopers.
We sure will. And Connie, I know you're a good sport. The first time I met Connie at 1 Million Cups, I made her sing a song.
Yeah, she
Up
just
there. I pulled her right up on stage and made her do it. So let's go to the piano, ladies, shall we?
All right.
We're going to do something fun here. So I think it's really cool that we have all had a chance to collaborate together. Connie, do you mind grabbing that piece of paper on that speaker over there? I'm so sorry I left it. I think when we collaborate together, it makes life so much easier. Even though Lucy, Connie, and I are on kind of like different paths in life, we still support each other.
Yes.
And encourage each other all the way, and give each other I don't know, just sometimes you just need encouragement, especially when you own your own business and you're trying to make things happen. You just need the support of the people around you. So the song that we're actually going to do is an example of not collaborating, but I thought it would be kind of fun. All right, we're going to get our little jam on as I vamp.
All right.
That's what you call it here.
Oh, okay.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. All right, we're getting here. Here's our vamp.
All right.
Anything you can do, I can do greater. I can do anything greater than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Oh, yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. All right, ladies, here we go. Anything you can sing, I can sing higher. I can sing anything higher than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. I knew I'd get you on that one, huh? All right, here we go. Anything you can do, anything you can say, I can say softer. I can say anything softer than you. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. All right, here we go. Anything you can say, I can say faster. I can say anything faster than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
All right. Let's put all this I can do better, greater nonsense aside.
Yeah, I think we need to change the words up a little bit.
Okay.
And go back to the collaboration.
Okay.
So
Good.
anything you can do, we can do better together.
That works. I love that word.
Me too. I like that. All right, ladies, we're going to sing this.
Okay.
All right.
Remember, good sport, collaboration. Here we go. Anything we can do better. We can do anything better together. Woo, we did it! We did it! We did it!
Thank you, Lucy.
Thank
for
you,
being
Lucy.
such
Thank
an
you
so
amazing
much.
Sport, and
Thank you so much. This has been really fun and really great, and I can't wait till next Friday to tune in myself and see the next show.
Yeah. We're so excited.
It's gonna be fun. All right. Let's
All right,
head back
cool.
this way.
All right.
We'll wrap our show up. now.
Wrapping it up.
All right.
Well, hey, what?
So,
Now that Lucy left the set,
yeah.
I have a little joke.
Okay.
Okay, about Lucy.
Okay.
So yesterday, at your awesome birthday party, we were sitting in the chairs, and as we were getting up to leave, Lucy just had the most phenomenal phrase I think I've ever heard. It was profound. It like rocked my world,
Oh.
and I thought, gee, if only everyone would say this.
Okay.
She said to me, "I just do whatever Sandy says." And I thought to myself, this is what I need in my life. I just do whatever Sandy says. So
I do
thought
that
was
too.
great. You do that too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tim does too.
Oh, I'm sure
back
he
then.
does.
He coined that phrase.
I'm small, but I'm mighty.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
very much so. Yes.
All
Oh,
right. Well, we need
how
to
much
figure.
fun have we been having today?
It's so much fun. I just had a ball.
This is great.
I hope that you have enjoyed it as well. All the singing, the information, it's just been awesome.
Yeah. And thank you again, Lucy, with Good Mornings, and being our first special guest is amazing. So I think what we'll do is we'll do our riddle,
Okay.
and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
But our next shows are going to be on February 10th and February 24th. 3 p.m. Mountain Time, Colorado time. I
Colorado
just
time.
operate on Colorado time. So 3 p.m. and same YouTube station as well. So it's gonna be fun. More jokes, more guests, more
Yes.
learning, and more songs. We don't even rehearse this
I
stuff.
know. We're just that good.
All right. So thank you, everyone. Oh, riddle.
Yes.
I got a better one this time.
Okay. All right.
It's like a more normal riddle, I would say. All right. Ready?
Ready.
When you don't have me, you want me. But when you do have me, you want to give it away. What am I? I'll say it one more time, and then you'll have to tune in on February 10th for the answer. When you don't have me, you want me. But when you do have me, you want to give me away. What am I?
That's a good one.
Answer on February 10th.
That's right.
All right. Thank you, Pulpit Rock, again, and Tim
so
Golias
much.
for helping us in the
That's
background.
really great.
Thank you.
Thank you, and happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
It's been a week,
I know.
and we made it.
We did it. We did it. Episode number 2. Let's close this up, Sandy.
All righty.
Take it
We
away.
are going to sing a couple of patriotic songs.
Just to polish this off, because that's what we do. We are always so conscious of honoring our veterans, those that have served, and we thank you for your service. And plus, it is just wonderful to sing about the United States of America,
Yeah.
the free country that we live in, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Woo! My brother calls it the woo girl in the back.
The what?
The woo girl in the back.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. See you on February 10th, everyone. Enjoy your day.